I came to N2, the reason that I was looking for an opportunity was because my oldest daughter was heading up to college. And I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that I needed to find a way to bring some additional income to our family. We were not in a good place financially at all at that point, and we knew we needed to make some changes. My daughter got into Stanford University. My husband and I looked at each other and looked at her and we said, you know what, we'll figure it out. Had no idea how we were going to do that at the time. It was a leap of faith for sure. But I started looking for, another job. We were entrepreneurs. We've always had our own companies and really have had some ups and downs along the way. But it was always a joy to be able to have the flexibility to be with our kids. That's why we always had our own businesses so that we could spend time with our family and do the things we wanted to do. The downside was, financially, we were not in a good place at this point, and we had 2 kids going off to college, which was pretty darn scary, among other things. I was looking for something that was going to be fulfilling. I didn't want to go back to work doing something that I didn't like. And I think, when I first got out of college, I got into commercial real estate and then again, we had our own businesses, but I always sort of fell into roles by default. In our own companies, I always did administrative work and finance and that sort of thing, not because I loved it, but just because it needed to be done. And so at this point in my life, going back to work, I really wanted to do something fulfilling that was meaningful. And it just became really evident with this opportunity with N2 that the company had a focus on making a difference. And for me, that has been probably one of the things that I enjoy the most are the relationships that I've been able to develop with people. We've got a couple of business partners that have been with us since we started 3 years ago, one of our biggest clients now, actually. And it's so interesting, when they started out and been huge supporters of our program and come to all of our events. And I was telling someone the other day, when they walk into our events at this point in the neighborhoods, people look at them and just go, oh, hey, you know what, Mike and Claudia are here. And it's like, well, why wouldn't they be here? They really, truly feel like they're part of the community. We have 4 publications now, and each one is unique. It has its own feel, very different, but all very successful. And so it's those common threads, I think, that really work in every community. People want to feel connected. They don't know their neighbors anymore. They drive in and out of their garages and the doors go up and the doors go down. So for them to have a way to recognize their neighbors and get to know their stories is really amazing. And, because of this company, we've really been able to not only fund our daughter's education. She's going to graduate next year now. I can't even believe it's been 3 years already. Debt-free, which is incredible. And then our younger daughter is at school in California as well, and she's just finishing up her freshman year. But now we know, how we're going to handle it, how we're going to pay for it. So she'll be able to graduate debt-free as well. And in the midst of that, we've been able to, fund our retirement, which is incredible. Start putting some money away, pay off the majority of our debt. It's pretty incredible. And without N2, I think, where would we be? What would have happened? I don't know. Because there's not a lot of places where you have the flexibility to really control your financial future. And then the silver lining is it's an incredible group of people to be associated with. It's an amazing company. I just, pinch myself pretty much every day that we get to do this.